Mr. President, please help us out here. Raising interest rates to combat inflation is just plain wrong. It is a complete contradiction, and not every country practices that economic theory. If the cost to borrow money goes up, businesses have to raise their prices in order to cover that increase. Simple math. And that is what we are seeing everywhere right now. For example, with the cost of groceries going up and up. During the 3 years of COVID, it was incredibly hard for many businesses to survive due to the lockdowns. The government ordered shutdowns caused a substantial recession, and estimates run as high as 14% shrinkage. Many businesses had to borrow extensively in order to survive. Low interest rates during COVID allowed many businesses to survive by being able to borrow and thus stop them from failing. Still, it is estimated that over 200,000 businesses closed permanently due to COVID. Many went bankrupt or had to be bought out. After COVID restrictions ended, it was very important for most businesses to make up for the losses by being extra productive and so recover. It is estimated that over 500,000 restaurants were in trouble. Being able to borrow increases the chance for those businesses to survive. It will take years to recover from the COVID losses. Double-digit growth is required for many businesses to recover. However, our government thinks the opposite. Here is how it thinks. Raise the interest rate to fight inflation and reduce the growth of the economy. Economists give complex reasons why. While the role of the government should be to cause stability and boost production in order to make up for the losses during COVID, it decided to make money more expensive. This rapid increase in interest rates causes instability, uncertainty, and hardship for business. Interest rates have gone up and up, whereby now, for example, an SBA loan is already at 10.5% interest rate, up from 5.5% only 3 years ago. Businesses that took out a $1.5 million loan 3 years ago now pay $13,000 per month, up from $8,500 3 years ago. Here are 9 reasons why raising interest rates is a bad idea. Number 1. Many businesses will fail as they can't afford to borrow to survive. Lack of funding has always been the number 1 cause for businesses to fail. This is probably the biggest reason why raising interest rates reduces economic growth. Other businesses that already have a variable interest rate will experience incredible hardship right after thinking that the worst of COVID was behind them. But even businesses that have low fixed interest loans will feel the squeeze as their suppliers with variable interest loans had to raise their prices. Number 2. Businesses will have to raise their prices in order to cover their increased monthly loan payments. Some already have seen their interest payments double from 2 years ago. The cost of a loan can be as much as 15% of income for many businesses. Number 3. As businesses have to increase their prices, it opens the door for cheaper foreign goods to replace American-made goods. If you look at where things are made that you just bought on Amazon, you realize that 9 out of 10 times it says made in China. Number 4. China has an interest rate that is much lower than ours. And many countries such as Switzerland, Germany, and Japan have much lower interest rates than the USA. China wants to boost its economy even more, especially wanting to recover after the recession from COVID. Number 5. While the USA has been closely watching the economic growth of China, which recently was often as high as 10% per year, it seems that we are scared about any kind of big growth for ourselves. Number 6. There is inconsistency in the argument. When central banks lower interest rates to stimulate economic growth, one would consequently think that the reason for raising interest rates is to slow down economic growth. However, the reason stated is to combat inflation. This is an inconsistency in the argument. Number 7. Simplicity is key. Complex arguments always contain a lie. The arguments stated for raising interest rates are complex. The lie is that economic growth is bad. Number 8. The laws of supply and demand. Inflation is not always a direct consequence of a growing economy. Prices are a consequence of supply and demand. COVID lockdowns caused shortages everywhere. After the COVID clampdowns ended, there was a huge surge in demand. You see, during COVID, the general public had been hoarding their money, unable to spend it on many things such as travel, shopping, entertainment, and restaurants. Businesses had clamped down on investments due to uncertainty and now were ready to invest again. However, there were big supply shortages. This will contribute to inflation. Number 9. Businesses with a fixed interest rate loan or no loan are not immune from rising interest rates either. Suppliers that they depend upon may have variable interest rates loans, and thus they themselves have to raise their prices. In a free market economy, the role of the government is to help that kind of economy. After all, history has proven that nothing is more successful than a free market economy. Right now, we need to recover from the COVID-induced recession. This will take a few years. Let's get some real economic growth for a few years. Bring interest rates down so we can survive and compete. If you or someone you know has been affected by inflation, please share this video.